for this week. One thing to know, you mentioned this earlier, Sean. All the road teams seem like they have a better or equal record than all the home teams. The only one that's equal is Philly and Green Bay. So that just shows you how topsy-turvy the league was this year. And that's pretty much why the points were down in the pickups. But first thought, you think they should reseed the playoffs?
Yes.
Because of that?
Yes, definitely. Especially Seattle's the biggest example of why they need to reseed.
I don't know if it necessarily need to reseed, but the case like Seattle, they shouldn't get a home game. At least, I mean,
right,
you win your division, you should get in, but you shouldn't at least get. They shouldn't get a home game though.
I don't think even if you just win your division, if you finish under 500, I don't think you deserve to go to the playoffs. You shouldn't. At least finish 500 or better. I mean, I don't agree with that at all. You know, a team like, the Giants or like Tampa Bay, they win 10 games and now they're even in the playoffs. That to me, that's they need to make a change.
But even if say they were 8-8, it's like they're still gonna get in. Even if they're 9-7, it's like there's still gonna be teams with a better record that's not gonna get in. I mean, yeah, it's sad they got a losing record, but it's like that's the purpose of the division.
Yeah, well, I think like this. I think the six teams with the 6 best records in each conference should go to the playoffs. That's my opinion.
Well, I disagree with that because a lot of times you don't play everybody on your schedule. So like your record, your record you may have a tough schedule. Another team, your record may be worse, and you get penalized for that. That's why I think you should in your division. You win your division, you should get in. I mean, maybe reseed it where you don't get a home game. But I think you still should get in because it's not fair. You don't play everybody. You can't penalize a team for not having a good record as another team, and they may have had an easier schedule.
Well, okay, I agree with you in that. Well, I can get that. I get that point. But if you finish, I think you should finish with a certain record. If you don't finish at least 9-7, to my opinion, you shouldn't make the playoffs. You got to have a winning record. You have to be a winner, in my opinion, to be in the playoffs to have a chance.
So you gonna move Seattle now? So Seattle people can beat you up.
They already pissed about losing the Sonics.
They ain't pissed off about it.
All right, well,
throw fish around and play guitars in the rain.
They already pissed about having a losing Mariners team.
And G Coffee. All right, well, that's the first game of the preview. New Orleans at Seattle. This is the first game. It's a Saturday game at 4:30. The defending champs started the Super Bowl defense on the road at Seattle. What are the keys in this game to you guys? I mean, I think the key for me to see Seattle has to definitely use that home crowd. Yeah. A lot of people think that's one of the most difficult places to play against in a row because it's the loudest.
The key to me, the New Orleans Saints just have to show up. If they show up, they win. Now, if they, what Seattle could do is they can use Mr. Mayhem, try to lead the quarterback out to the room. Outside to the street. After that, I don't see Seattle winning.
I don't see Seattle winning either, but I mean, crazy things happen. Drew Brees had one of those games like he had against the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can happen. Maybe the crowd noise affects their audibles and stuff. But I agree. I don't see Seattle winning this game either. But
is it a retractable dome that they play?
It is a retractable dome, but NFL rules state that whatever you use in the regular season, so it was open most of the time regular season, so it has to be open in the playoffs too.
Oh, okay. Because that if it was closed, it's definitely working.
Which to me, I don't understand. What's the point of having a retractable dome if you can't retract it when you want to?
That is dumb. Yeah. That is the dumbest rule ever.
Yeah. So that's the NFL rule. So if they had it, I think if they had it open for most of their home games, they have to have it open for the playoffs. So they had to close most of their home games in the regular season. They have to have it closed for playoffs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just found that out yesterday. I didn't know about that. I was talking to somebody about that yesterday. So yeah, that dumb rule. But I don't even have my picks in front of me. I picked the Saints by 14. Who you guys got?
I picked the Saints by 17. Super Bowl champions. They're not going to lose to Seattle and Jesus.
What you got?
I'm going to take the Saints by 7. They're going to be focused. Even after that Tampa Bay game, I think that will have woken them up, and yeah, they'll be ready.
All right, the Saturday night game, Jets at Indianapolis. They met last year in the playoffs. Indy, the one thing I would say about Indy, the last 3-4 games, this has surprised me. They have outrushed their opponents. They're averaging close to 140 yards on the ground and only giving up 66 yards in the last 4 games. So I'm not gonna say that they solved their running game problem, but it has gotten better. The one thing I think the key to this game is they just got to find a way to get pressure on Peyton Manning without blitzing. Because if you blitz him, he picks you apart. And lately their pass rush has been atrocious. So I got to go with the Colts. They're at home. The Jets running, the key for the Jets to win to me, they got to be able to run the football. And the Jets running game lately has not been that great. So
yeah, that's definitely true. That's Peyton Manning. He could possibly have one of them games where he always have one of them games where he just throws pick after pick, which
And then he got throw 500 yards to come back, which he does. But
yeah, but I like the Jets in this game. I still think they're the better team. I think Colts, they had just none of the other teams in their division was able to take advantage of them when they were vulnerable. At the time, they've had a lot of injuries they dealt with, and they've overcome. But I just think the Jets are a better team, and throughout history, when they've won against each other, the Jets have pretty much always won in the postseason. Last time they played in the AFC division, AFC wild card.
Well, I got a stat for you. Peyton Manning is 6-1 versus Rex Ryan.
Yeah,
all time. Regardless, he's a head coach or and the one loss. The one loss was last year in the regular season when he sat down. When they weren't trying to win that game.
Yeah.
So that Rex Ryan is a stubborn idiot at times. He likes to blitz and he always want to do things. He always want to do things his way. So I think Manning gets him again. Who you got, Lawrence?
Taking the Colts by 3.
Yeah, I'm taking the Jets by 7.
I got the Colts by 3 also. Sunday game, Baltimore at Kansas City. It's a 1:00 game. The key to this game, what you guys think is? I think it's what team can run the football better. Kansas City can get their running game going against the Ravens. The Ravens got to get their running game going as well. I think that's definitely the key to the game. I think Kansas City has had a great year, but I don't think they're ready for the playoff pressure. I think Thomas Jones definitely has to be a key factor, a little bit more than Jamal Charles because he has more playoff experience. But the one thing I would say that the Chiefs do have the coaching staff.
Yeah, Cornell and the Washington do to get it done.
Yeah, they do have the coaching staff, but they're not on the field. So
right.
I had to go. I'm going with the Ravens here. I'm going with the road team. Who you guys like?
I don't like the Ravens. That's one reason I'm not picking them.
We know that.
And I like the coaching staff. They definitely got plenty of experience. And if it comes down to who can run the ball the best, Kansas City has definitely been the best. Been up there at the very top. As far as teams running the ball, they have 2 backs that can
run the Ravens though.
Well,
think about who the Kansas City is running them on most of the year.
NFC West.
Yeah, San Diego, Oakland. That's what they've been running on most of the year. Didn't they play the Browns too? Didn't they?
Yeah. They played the Browns, but I look at it like I know it's going to be at least one surprise team, especially with the way this year is gone. It's going to be one team that's going to go farther than people expect. And my pick is going to be Kansas City.
Yeah, actually, I could kind of see that. The way I'm looking at it, like Baltimore will be blowing them out the whole game, and then all of a sudden, in the fourth quarter, classic Baltimore, you know what I'm saying, they'll let Kansas City come back and probably win by like 1 point or something like that. I'm going to take Kansas City by 3.
I will give
an
edge to Kansas City on special teams, though. I think their special teams are definitely far superior to the Ravens. I got the Ravens, though, by 7.
Arrowhead's probably one of the loudest places to play, too. So
it is.
Definitely, they'll work to their advantage.
But the Ravens are playoff tested. They've been here, done this. That ain't gonna phase up.
Yeah, we'll see.
And the last game, Sunday night game, this may be the best game of them all. Green Bay at Philly. To me, Michael Vick, the last 2-3 weeks, he hasn't played well, but I think he looks beat up to me. Their offensive line, is pretty much is bad. It's wearing them down all year. Not playing week 17 is gonna help them a lot, but I'm concerned about the Eagles O-line, the way they've been picking up the blitz, especially if you go back to the game against the Vikings. The Vikings did with Antoine Winfield coming off the corner.
Mm-hmm.
They made an adjustment with that, and that's what the Green Bay Packers do all the time anyway. Woodson is blitz, and that's how you got to get off the Vic. You gotta pressure him with athletic guys. You can't pressure him with defensive linemen.
Right.
You got to pressure him on linebackers, safeties, and corners. Because if he takes off a run, they actually keep up with him.
Yeah, Clay Matthews is athletic too. So
I like the Packers in this game, and the Eagles secondary is banged up. It's not great. I think Aaron Rodgers has a big day as well. I actually wouldn't be surprised if it was a blowout. But and I had the Packers beginning of the year to go to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna pick the Pack by 3.
Yeah, I definitely like it. Well, I mean, this game could go either way, but I'm gonna pick the Eagles. Even though Michael Vick, he hasn't looked great, the last few games. He's been banged up. He's had time to rest. He took last week off, and he's I think he'll be ready to go for the playoffs. And Green Bay's never beaten Philadelphia in the playoffs in Philadelphia, so I'm gonna go with that.
Tell us they played them.
I mean, they played several times. but whenever it's in Philadelphia, they've never won. So I'm taking Philadelphia by 7.
I'm gonna go with Philadelphia only because I want to see my dream matchup, my future dream matchup.
Eagles at
Atlanta.
Yeah, I want to see that too, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
All right. Well, that kind of gives us a preview on what we're gonna do with our brackets. Now we just preview these games. We're gonna I want everybody